just spoke about Kate's baby may have already been killed and the spirit of Elizabeth has been placed in that baby. Blood transfusion. You put an adult's blood into a baby. So that's probably what they're doing, because they are bloody vampires. Whatever diabolical thing you can think of it, they do. Say a few words.
Been to the beach then. That's nothing to say. I am sick, disgusted, angry, and apart from the very few who know us, and we know that.
So the only way the US is going to get out of this is start shouting at us from pretty much.
Yes, already. Now we outlined that? Yeah, somewhere along the line. USA is doing.
All the babies, 25 vaccinations.
Yep.
Well, to the mothers that give some.
I'll just read.
People's lives. The United States is going to be destroyed.
I'll read the conversation I had with John yesterday. Okay, this whole conversation started with the news of the shooting in Connecticut. By all accounts, it's like another hoax. This is what they do. It's the government doing it, CIA, whatever. They're all doing it. It's all about gun control to disarm the people. So, everybody's horrified at what it is that they're seeing. Sherry's already done a forensic on it, and you can tell by the photographs the studio setup. It's all staged, just as the Aurora shooting was and everything else that has gone in these last.
By Columbine.
Columbine. Yeah, everything is staged. People better. What? Oh, yeah, well. Anyway, we're talking about a staged setup. Just as 9/11 was staged by Mossad and the American government. All of these, if anybody gets killed, then it's their government that have killed them. Otherwise, it's all just a movie set. And if people do get killed, it's still a movie set. Don't they call those movies snuff movies or something?
Yeah.
That's one great big snuff movie. So John sends a message, being one of the ones that we know. Yeah, is there any way we could speed this up? A young man in Connecticut shot and killed 18 kindergartner, 8 adults. It was the kindergartner teacher's son. She was one of the adults. Please, Yahweh, if you have any power to stop this now, please, please, I'm begging you, please. And he's got a little smiley face. Well, not a smiley face, emoticon, whatever you call them. Shedding tears. So I fired back because this is what I think of you, America. This is what I think, and I am addressing the population at large, all except the younger children. This is what I really think about you all. It's judgment been handed over to me? Is it? It's in my... Okay. The judgment is in my court.
Don't forget the babies at 25 vaccination.
All the babies and their 25 vaccines or 36 or whatever. America. The adults. Let me get there. Let me get there. I have to work through the rage because I can feel the rage building again. Alright, so this is how I started to respond to John. Yeah, it says America is being destroyed from within. Actually, I took over as soon as this is all me. It is the Jewish war machine and it stops when America starts praying in the name of Brian Leonard Golightly Marshall. Tony Gilson was supposed to have us on his show on Sunday, meaning today our time. And he sent us a message. He wants us to be on the 23rd. Told him to forget it. All over. Too late. No point. Everybody going about their business because they think it is so important. In the meantime, America slaughters babies in Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, Libya, Vietnam. We're talking about all of modern history. Babies have been slaughtered continuously. They're doing it in Papua New Guinea. They have been doing it for the last 214 out of 236 years. Which is what I said, all for the Jew world order. America will continue the downward spiral until they humble themselves and start praying in the new name of God, Brian Leonard Golightly Marshall. America is reaping what they have sown. And it continues. Then John says, this is fuck crazy. These are babies killing babies, 20 years old. Killing 5 and 6-year-olds. You have to stop this now, yeah. With the crying tears. Really angry. So you call that fucking crazy? What the hell do you think has been happening in Syria? This is just the latest. Syria is just a string. To get a grip, the fucking Christians of America are standing solidly behind Israel. There's a cherry's actually been onto it. It could well be another hoax, this shooting. In the meantime, get fucking angry over what America is doing in Syria. Babies decapitated every day of the fucking week. Take a look at the destruction America, the dog of Israel, has been unleashing on the world for the 214 years. For God's sake, I'm so fucking angry with America. It could drop into the ocean and everyone go with it as in the days of Noah. This is where you are heading, America. The judgment is mine. I'm calling the shots on this one. Christians are going along with it, supporting Israel because they believe in the fucking book the Jews put together in the first place, called the Freemason King James 1611 Bible. It's Freemason. You have been trapped by the book. Jesus was Essene. He is not contained within the pages of the book that you are reading, that you will die for. You die for ink and paper rather than the truth. Then he goes, how could anyone be allowed to create so many multiverses of destruction on every level of humanity, of the mind, body of all mankind, and the complete raping of the earth? And I said, exactly, that is why they won't be. Then he said, Yahweh, I pray in your name to let their days be even shorter, not even a second long. This is the book all of America is reading. Holy Bible, King James 1611, the authorized version. Same. Freemason. The Holy Bible, the great light in Masonry, to be read in all of the churches. America, this is what you are reading. You are reading. You talk about Anton LaVey's Satanic Bible. You are reading the Satanic Bible that has deluded you. I hate you. God hates you, American public. who pride yourself on how much you know and your Jesus-loving ways, so precious not to offend each other, you make God sick. If it weren't for you, do you know that Israel has studied you? The Jews who call themselves Jews and are not are more honest than you are. They were condemned at the cross. They will not inherit the kingdom of God. They know it, and they have sucked the life out of you, and you laid down for them to be sucked by them willingly. Why? For this. Same as this. In all of your churches, you've been worshipping the image of the beast all this time. In the meantime, God, who was a man the first time, as Jesus, has been back since January 11th, 1944, and you have rejected him, every single one of you. He has been all throughout America, every state, Sodom and Gomorrah. So you continue to your little churches, tithing to the Babylonian priesthood who's been preaching bullshit to you from the pulpit, and sending money gladly to Israel. Why? Because you have believed that the God of this, Lucifer, has chosen Israel to what? And you support Israel as they have slaughtered innocents and continue. Guess what? You're in the judgment hall. You have been. How many days now? 368 days that they've been in the judgment hall. You have failed miserably. And I look forward to when you no longer exist. It's just days away. All of you alternative truthers out there, you are crapping on about Alex Jones right now, who's been of the synagogue of Satan. He was outed years ago. He was outed in 1998. So you're just climbing on the bandwagon now. You've fallen into another rabbit hole because you are ignoring the Glenn Kennedy, known as Kennedy. Oh, until God tells me that Brian is Jesus, I'll stick with the Bible, the book, the Freemason construct that has deceived and deluded you. In the meantime, you're so concerned about free energy, it's all freaking around you, you idiots. You don't have to invent it. You just have to drill a bloody hole and capture it. God has supplied everything. Not even a fucking magnetic motor. So what? Yes, God did it. So what? Just to prove to the world that it can be done means fucking nothing. In the meantime, children in Syria are being decapitated. They are being used to decapitate with swords people who are alive. They are being used to shoot their own parents. They are being used to dig their own parents' grave after they've witnessed them being shot, and they've had guns thrust in them by the insurgents that the fucking president has recognized as a legitimate government. Let me tell you this. The blood of every innocent that has been spent ever since your nation, 1776, supposedly won independence. You've never been independent. You've been a tool of the Jew who calls himself a Jew, and not of the snake that has set out to delude you, and it has succeeded. Every one of your pastors, evangelists, preachers, ministers are full of shit. They have been preaching the word of the snake, and you have fallen for it. And don't give me any Mr. Nice Guy or your God wouldn't say this or say your God is angry. Very, very angry, and you are the reason for it. If ever there was a nation that had the power to stop the devil, it was America. But you are aiding and abetting. You, the people, the public of America, have enabled this to happen, and you are accountable. The blood of every innocent is on your heads, and you are going to reap what your nation has sown. And I might add, for every atheist out there, I You have said there is no God. Why? Because then you would be accountable for what? Doing nothing, just like the Christian. What do you do? Christopher Hitchens, what did he do? He was a gas bag, an intellectual gas bag with a smooth-sounding voice who was cut down in his prime with cancer. All the while, ignoring God, he doesn't exist. Well, guess what? Christopher Hitchens doesn't exist. He has gone the way of annihilation of his soul, not worthy to take up the space in my home. That's what we're talking about. We are talking about the home of God. That's what the earth is. The temple belongs to him, and it is his home. Now, as much as you've all been deluded and expecting the dude back, Christians, I'm talking to you, expecting the dude back as what? A watery, flimsy ghost on a white horse, while babies have been slaughtered. It is all to convict you, because what have you done? The rapture-ready Christians, you are going the way of that. You're already there. You are condemned. I wouldn't have one single one of you. As a matter of fact, we stood in the living room, smelled like a graveyard, as nice as it was. We stood in the living room of rapture-ready Christians from Scotland, no less. You stink. I have spewed you out of my mouth, as well as everybody else that I have condemned. You see, God handed the judgment over to his wife, the mother of all living. It's out of his hands. See, he wouldn't tread on an ant. He wouldn't kill anybody, not even as foul as you are. Well, he's not. With what has been allowed to go on, because of Christian America, Australia, England, Queen Elizabeth is the core of the revelation riding the beast. It is not the Church of Rome, they are Gentile. She is over the Church of the Western nations. Her entire family, the ones who are most prominent, they are the blood-sucking, murdering vampires from Vlad the Impaler. That's who you would rather have. I've got news for you. You, none of you, are going where I am. I'll not have to. No way, have you. Norman Finkelstein said of Christopher Hitchens, for all of you atheists, the world smells a whole lot fresher after his passing. Well, our world is going to smell a whole lot fresher when all of you pass away, taken out, your souls brought to naught after you will spend a time out in that place that you have allowed to occur over the people of Palestine, Syria, all the peoples of the Middle East. They are the people of God. They are the holy people. There isn't a single soul in all of North America outside of Eric, John, Granite Man, the few. The very, very few. Pamela, the few who have got it. Andrew in Texas. One hand. If there's anybody out there that just my rage. You know what I mean. You're all good and dandy. You're all safe. So, how many adults were there on the ark? 8. You see, the ark of security safety for all of you who have got your survival gear, your backpacks, your generators, whatever it is you think you're going to survive, you've lost your life already. You've gone. Gone. And I can't wait. I'm going to stop crying one day very, very soon. With your